very bad feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I've got a bad feeling about this. I've got a bad feeling about this.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I have a bad feeling about
I have a very bad feeling about this.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
For what it's worth, I've got a good feeling about this.
Punch it, Chisel!
Pika! Pika! Pikachu!
Pika! This is really fake, like on a Disney Star Wars ride where they use like different music.
Really generic, yes.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. That's probably not what you expected. We've got a very special after show today. It is a crossover episode between I've Got a Bad Feeling About This and Hoodcast. So,
Nice.
yeah, Cobra knew nothing about this. So, this is the crossover people want, not like the Motu Turtles of Grayskull that Cobra collects.
Nobody wanted this.
Exactly.
Let's be serious.
Hey,
What's
people
wrong
want
with
this
you,
just a
Cobra?
little bit more than the Turtles of Grayskull, okay?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
Which are proudly sitting in a fucking, not even a tub, in a real cardboard box in the motherfucking garage right now.
Bro, you spent
And I
hundreds of
shake
dollars
my
on
head
this, so
in shame every time I walk by.
hold your head high for the garbage you collected.
So, this
I
episode...
shut up to Biggs, though, when I was into that. He plugged me. No, did he? He hooked me up with that
He
fucking
plugged you.
the crane. I really appreciate your generosity, sir.
The brain he put in you.
All right, this
Yeah.
episode is, on the Patreon on Hoodcast, but you can get it for free by listening to I've Got a Bad Feeling About This. So,
Damn.
if you're listening to this on the I Got a Bad Feeling About This channel and you like content like this, be sure to subscribe to the Hoodcast Patreon as low as $3 a month. You can pay a little bit more, get yourself a sticker every couple months, or even the T-shirt level.
Or
Please-
you can listen to it for free, but not this episode.
Yeah.
No.
If you want
Yeah.
to listen to this episode for free, you listen to it on I
Right
Got
now,
a Bad
where
Feeling
you're
About
at.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we want to do something different. Earlier we were talking on the I Got a Bad Feeling About This. We talked about politics and stuff like that, and then we started getting into a little bit of talking about Pokemon and stuff like that. And, Cobra, you are no stranger to Pokemon. We've been doing this for quite a while, both of us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we were talking about the craze right now with Pokemon and what's going on.
And I am a dumbass to Pokemon.
Well, it's really ridiculous. I mean, I say I stepped in the Poke game around Celebrations, so we're coming up on like 5 years now. And
You want to fight
Yeah.
about it, bro? I'll take you for all your Pokemon. Let's, bro. Come on. I got my dukes up.
I mean, at one point, at the end of Sword and Shield, it was cool. We were getting a lot of good stuff, and there was some good cards, and it was available through Chisel Does It Better. It wasn't like a fucking crazy ass pandemic thing. But these last 3 sets, it's just I don't know what the fuck's going on, man.
Yeah. So that's what we were talking about. So one of the things that happened that kind of brought about this craze was that since about the beginning of the Scarlet and Violet era, which is the new one, like you're saying, after the end of Sword and Shield. When this new series came out, people were buying it up, and people were placing their orders with their distributors and getting like 10,000 boxes of stuff. So what they're doing is they're placing these huge orders, and Pokemon's filling them. So these guys are getting these orders, but then to keep up their allocations, when the next order comes up, they got to dump that product. So they're selling it for like $5 over their cost, right? They're making
Right.
$5, but when you sell 10,000 units, that's $50,000 in a month's time.
So it's much like a gas station just selling gas, which they're not making a bunch on it, but they're selling a lot of gas.
Yeah, the volume.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're at the end of the month, it divvies up to a profit.
Yeah. So what was happening is all these people were dumping product out there, and collectors would be like, "Oh, the market is less than MSRP." When they go in the store, well, the market's this. Well, what happened is Pokemon could not sell their stuff on their website at MSRP. So for the longest time, they had Shrouded Fable Pokemon Center ETBs still available till like a week ago, and that's 3 sets ago.
Yeah.
So, but that almost never happens.
So 3 sets ago is how many years? How many sets
More
do they
sets.
put out a year?
That's way more than that's at
No.
least 5 sets ago.
You think it?
They
Yeah,
put
I
out
think you're
2
right. You're
sets
probably
a year?
5.
2 sets a
No,
year?
probably
1 set a
4.
year?
Nah,
Probably
like
4.
12 sets. a year.
4. Well, there's 4 to 5 sets, but then they do the holiday ones in between, the points.
Which will be about 3 to 4 of those. Yeah.
So yes, so like Surging Sparks was Scarlet and Violet 9 was V9.
Yeah.
And so, but then Prismatic is 9.5 because there were no booster boxes available.
No boosters. Yeah.
Like I'm familiar with Magic cards and their sets and stuff
Here
like
he
that,
goes.
and a lot of them are garbage. Compared to like Magic card players, and they just look for good cards. Where
Yeah.
Pokemon collectors there's a lot of people who collect for monetarily value. I don't know how to say it.
Monetary value.
Yes, and that's a small percentage, but that makes up a big percentage of the buyers.
Yes.
There's the players,
Well,
which is the
happening
major
now
percentage.
It's a big surge of the scalpers because of it kind of like started around 151-ish. I would say last Christmases, but
But one
What's Christmases, precious?
151 was super available last year around December and all that. And then all of a sudden, it just like something happened with the value of those cards.
But also,
You know what I mean?
151, remember, was a holiday set, so you couldn't get booster boxes of it.
Yeah.
So-
I don't mean last Christmas. I mean the Christmas
The one
of
before. Yes, it
2003.
was.
It
about
was this
18
Christmas when you broke my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about 18
Not
months
last
ago.
Christmas.
Is when
When you
151 came
tore
out,
it apart.
and the very next day.
You gave it away.
Yeah. So what? So back to it. What Pokemon was doing is because all these people were dumping the product for less than MSRP, and Pokemon couldn't
Right.
sell it for that. They said, you know what? Fuck this. We're gonna short everybody's allocations now.
Smart.
Yeah.
So by short printing everything, now they are back in control of the market. So they can put as much product on their website at MSRP and sell it. Because if the card shops are only getting half of what they used to, they're like, "Oh, there's not going to be a whole lot." So
Right.
they're going to charge more. People are like, "Oh, Target's only going to get so many. We need to go get it."
Yeah.
And they were smart with these next couple of sets because the Prismatic Evolution had all the evolutions in it, which those sets like Evolving Skies those are the 2 most expensive sets in the past 10 years.
Right.
Are they
these
good cards or are they just shiny cards?
they
It's
are
just
actually they're good
There's
cards.
nice shit in it. Yeah.
The artwork on them is really good.
Yeah.
The
And
Umbreon
that's
is
not only the Eevee ship, but that Rayquaza out of that bitch is pretty fire.
yes, out of Evolving Skies.
Yeah.
So these ones, the card art is really good. It's not just shiny. The art is really good. And that
Yeah,
makes
it's great.
that's part of what drives it. There are some cards that people are buying because of the artist and because of the art. It's not just the character.
Well, yeah, no, I get that, and like I know that with Magic cards, a lot of it is the art, and some is like full art, and it is the artist and the card itself, and how good the card is.
Yes.
Also with Magic cards, because Magic is primarily about playing ability,
Yes.
and how good the card is, and that's
Yeah,
change
there's
the
definitely
value.
some sought after Japanese artists that do cards, and those cards fucking do very well.
Yeah. Like I said, people go when you look up cards on TCG Player, on it they'll have the artist, so you can click on the artist and see what else
Yeah.
they put out, and that's what a lot of people are speculating on now. Is okay, this card is really popular. who's the
Yeah.
artist. Let me see what else he's done.
I mean, I know
Yeah.
Cobra, you can shit on me for bringing up Magic, but Magic was one of the first TCGs
I get it. Yeah,
ever
yeah, yeah.
created that made it big, and that it is still going strong, whether it's not as strong as like Pokemon
I don't
right
know.
now or anything.
Dude.
Demon's been around for a long time, dude.
No, Magic has been around way like 2 times longer,
I don't know about
Really?
2 times, but
like very early, man.
so the earlier Magic stuff actually does have some more value
Oh, yeah.
than the earlier Pokemon. Pokemon
Alpha,
has
beta, like,
Pokemon,
yeah.
has certain cards, and if you got like the first editions and Shadowless and things like
right,
that,
but those came out in like what 98, 99?
95 for some of it,
Really?
I believe.
Is
Yeah,
95?
yeah.
Okay.
No.
I mean,
95 to 99 is the beginning of Pokemon. That's like Shadowless base set,
Yeah.
Fossil Jungle, those things. That's
mean,
in the
so
late
I
90s.
I think it was like 93, 94 is when Revised came out, and that was Magic doing
Yeah.
its Revised, where they're reprinting their old cards to try to
like
do
Magic.
something new with the market.
Magic was out first.
and this is before they got bought out by Wizards of the Coast. So yeah,
And Wizards of the Coast put out the original Pokemon cards.
they did.
Yeah.
Okay, so they tried to like corner this whole market when they bought Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, every game playing aspect Wizards of the Coast tried to own.
Yes.
And that's a huge moniker on like a company trying to like corner a market and have their own sort of monopoly that's not
It's actually going on right now in the
technically
sports
a
card.
monopoly?
It's going on with sports cards right now in Fanatics. Fanatics is buying up everything.
Yes, they are.
Some
Yep.
people believe that Fanatics is going to try to go after Pokemon next. I don't think Nintendo will give it up.
That's a huge
I don't think Nintendo will give it up.
No, and Nintendo's a Japanese-owned company, so
Yes.
I
so
can't see
it's
that
different.
happening.
But I could see them going after it. I could see them trying to.
But why would they let it go? Like I mean, I can see George Lucas letting go of Star Wars because he just doesn't want
But
to
if
do
they
it
let
anymore. That's one guy.
But if they can let somebody else handle the production and they just collect the royalties on it,
Sure. Okay.
you could get a deal like that. I just don't see it happening because I don't.
But Pokemon's not owned by one guy.
No.
It's a corporation.
That's what I'm
so-
saying. So I think being that it's Japanese based.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
That's what I'm saying. They're
The whole Nintendo brand, they're
Yes.
not going to do that
Exactly.
unless they
That's what
sell
I'm saying.
all of Nintendo.
yes. That's what I'm getting at. Is that they're not going to give that up.
Like if somehow like some bigger corporation, Sony, whatever, buys Nintendo, that would be huge news. You know?
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I
And
mean, Pokemon is the largest franchise in the world.
right now,
Right? It has been for years.
really.
Bigger than Star Wars, bigger than
Yeah.
Disney. Pokemon.
Well, I know it's more popular, but there's no Pokemon Land yet, or is there?
In Japan, there is.
In Japan,
there?
there's all kinds of Pokemon stuff. Like there's
I
a
know, but is
Pokemon
there,
shop
like, a land?
on every block.
Like a theme park yet?
No, I think they did have one out there.
I don't.
They
I don't
might.
know if
I think they
watch
have
all-
more Pokemon.
Is there
themed-
a Pokemon theme park in Japan?
I watch all kinds of theme park shit on
Yes,
YouTube
a
and stuff.
Pokemon theme park called Poke Park Kanto is opening. Oh, okay, so it's opening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not in.
Yeah,
but it is really big. So it is the like I said, it's the largest
that's what she
franchise.
said. No diddy.
Because
So,
I remember
yeah.
like I used to love Japan shit and Japan made stuff like
Oh, yeah.
I loved Final Fantasy, and dude, Final Fantasy was so big it was on Coca-Cola cans and shit like that, and I would order that shit just because it would be on like you'd have a cool Final Fantasy character on a Coca-Cola can, which was normal out there. Out here it's not.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with Pokemon now out here, but also out there it's more prevalent.
But
Like-
Pokemon's really global, dude.
No, I know, but Pokemon out here, if we get Pokemon on a Coca-Cola can, that shit's going to sell out.
Oh, I mean, look at
Oh, I
McDonald's.
We don't get that shit.
They just fucking went wild over those Time magazines. They
Yeah,
put out
Right.
Pokemon Time.
That's what I'm saying. But if we got Coca-Cola on,
I got the Charmander one.
on everything constantly, it's, whereas like out in Japan or whatever.
They do it constantly, and it doesn't, go away.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here
it's-
you see
it's
it
normal.
constantly. But people get tired of
McDonald's,
it. Out there,
it sells
just
out.
gets
People
bigger
are just
and bigger
buying
and
the
bigger.
cards, buying the Happy Meals just to get,
Yeah.
Lucky me, my McDonald's didn't sweat me on buying the meals. So I went one night and I bought 3 packs, and I got 6 of the hollows out of the 7 I needed within 6 packs. Like, I only went twice, and then my buddy Giovanni sent me the fucking Pikachu, and like got the whole set of McDonald's fucking Pokemon.
Did they sell you the packs, or you have to buy the whole Happy Meal?
No, they sold them the
No,
packs.
they just sold me the packs.
Yeah, a lot of them will do that.
Not all of them, but
Not all. Of
some
them,
will.
Yeah.
I did get all the Crocs they had. Only me. I wear Crocs. Hey.
So
I know you get your ass kicked in them too.
yeah.
No, that didn't happen. I slipped because I was wearing Crocs.
Dude, did I tell you my Crocs story?
No.
Oh my God. I hate Crocs. I fucking hate Crocs. And my kids wore them. I told them I hated them. So my son is so thoughtful, he bought me a pair of Crocs for Christmas. Right?
I know you're getting for Christmas.
So he bought me a pair of
pair.
he got me a pair of camo Crocs. Right? So one morning I was like, oh shit, I forgot to put the garbage out. So I get up, I was like, shit, where are my shoes? Can't find them. I grab the Crocs.
Yes. Did you slip?
I throw the Crocs on, I go outside, I grab the garbage can, I'm going down the driveway, and I fucking slip.
So you have to be skilled in walking in Crocs. I'm so skilled. I'm really good at it.
So here's the thing. I'm at the top of my driveway. The garbage man is on the street, and he sees me bringing down the garbage can.
This motherfucker.
I trip, and I fall, and I roll all the way into the fucking street
The garbage can has wheels on it, mind you.
next to the garbage truck. The dude is looking down at me out of his window as I'm laying in the fucking street, and he goes, dude, are you okay? I'm like, fuck.
He also
Yeah,
says this.
hold on.
He goes, you wouldn't believe how many times this happens with dudes in Crocs.
So I get up,
He sees it like once a month.
I kick the fucking Crocs off, and I grab the garbage can. I bring it down.
That's a wrestling move, man, when you kick off Crocs.
So, and he dumps it, and I take the can back up, and I'm fucking pissed. Dude, my knee still fucking hurts from that. If I bend down, my knee burns.
You know why?
It
You didn't get the
fucking
Crocs with treads,
hurts.
dude.
So
You didn't get utility
I
Crocs.
fucking hate them. Dude, these things literally since then, they are sitting on top of the gun cabinet in my bedroom.
Look,
I have not fucking
those
worn
Crocs,
them.
the shitty normal Crocs, yeah, they suck. They slip. They whatever. You got to get the tread Crocs, the utility Crocs. They're fucking dope, dude.
Fucking hate Crocs. So
I only slipped once, and that was versus
Anytime I
Cobra in
see
his
him
front
jump,
yard.
I already know I can kick his ass.
yeah.
We'll see at Hoodmania 2K25.
Okay, the road.
Okay, so back
All
to
right.
fucking Pokemon. Like I said,
Yeah.
they're intentionally shorting the market, but what they're doing is they're putting shit out slowly. You know, the first drop, they give you like 4 different things. You know, they get a sticker pack, a poster set,
Yeah.
a binder set, and ETBs. A few weeks later, then now they're going to give you booster bundles.
What's a binder set?
So you get a Pokemon binder and a couple and 5 packs of cards
Yeah.
in
Okay.
a box.
So when you get like these packs that have like random packs of cards, can those hit or can they not?
Oh yeah. So
Oh yeah.
Because they're not coming from like a booster box or whatever.
no,
You know?
they're
They're from the same set.
so yeah. When you get like the Prismatic Evolution, which is the newest one, so it says Prismatic Evolution on the box, the binder also, and then all 5 packs inside are Prismatic Evolution.
I'm just saying when you buy sports cards or like for me buying wrestling cards, when you buy a booster box, it's confirmed 2 signatures, like certain hits. You know, when you
But
buy
that's
a
certain
blaster,
boxes.
when you buy a blaster box, you're not confirmed anything.
exactly.
You know,
So Pokemon does something
Pokemon
different.
Really do that, but on average, they give you like an on average, a booster box is going to give you about 10 hits.
Yeah. So and they could vary, or you know, the Japanese stuff, they actually have guarantees. So like
Guarantee,
one
yeah.
case
One
of
favorite.
A case of
One
Japanese
super rare, right?
will have you
But it's in Japanese.
an illustration rare. So
Secret illustration rare.
an SIR.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
that's the
But
big
hey,
one.
it's only out of certain booster bundles. That's only guaranteed out of the like rectangular ones, not the double sided ones.
Yeah, it is. It's all of them.
Are you sure, dude?
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, do they still make like the Star Wars like TCG? Or
They
is
do.
that-
Yeah.
That's actually really popular.
Is it?
Yeah, it
And
is.
there's hints in that shit too.
And it's the same as the old school one that they were making a long time ago, or is it?
This is a newer one.
Yeah.
This newer one though has been really popular. There's a
Yeah.
lot of good stuff in
There's
it.
a there's
People
a
like it.
TCG, and you can go get like Star Wars packs with like characters and autographs and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because I remember original TCGs like with Magic, and then there was like Illuminati, which like you can play as presidents and shit like that, like Bill Clinton. It was weird, And then like there was Jihad, which was basically Vampire the Masquerade, made by Mark Ryanhagen or whatever, and it was called Jihad, but it was vampire, and like you can like get shotgun cards and stuff, and certain vampires that are part of certain clans and stuff. It was based off the role playing game, Vampire the Masquerade, which was dope. Like I still have books from that game. I think they're worth money nowadays. Like,
Oh no,
Yeah.
dude, I used to play all kinds of role playing games.
you
And even
used
like
to play
tabletop
all those
games.
shit, bro.
Before Warhammer, there was BattleTech, man. And like, dude, I still have BattleTech books, and I don't have the figures anymore, the little miniatures. Dude, I know about all this shit. Like, there's all kinds of old school, like, role-playing miniature games, card games that, like, I used to play, man.
You're right. I remember those. photos.
Shadowrun. There's all
I remember
kinds
when
of
I'd
old
be in the
shit.
comic book shop and I'd see those Honos over there with those fucking sets with the little fucking figurines and
Look,
shit.
you're saying Hono like it represents like people listen to the same episodes, and sometimes they do, but like a carry-on joke, you can't just keep carrying. You're like a 3-year-old when like the parents laugh at you and you keep saying the same thing over and over again. Doesn't work, man. Doesn't work.
Okay, so you're like the fags I used to see over there
Yes, I was there.
with the figurines. All right, is that better?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you're collecting Pokemon, which is, dude, a slang on gays. Pokemon.
Yeah, I never thought 9 to 10 months away from 50 years old, I'd be like
So
actually collecting Pokemon.
when you were making fun of these grown men,
Hey, bro, I'm
hold on,
collecting Skylanders, and I'm months away
hold on.
from 50.
hold on. When you were making fun of these grown men collecting little robots and how these little robots work with the steam powered and everything, and they were all in depth about it. Now, when you were making fun of them, now you're collecting little pocket monsters that are cute and going, oh, Pika, Pika.
So it's like a full
And then you're
circle.
collecting this shit now. Who's the Hono now?
Dude, do not turn him off of Pokemon, all right?
I'm not turning him
That's
off
my
because
fucking bread and butter, all right?
well, so is everyone else.
All right, dude.
Look, just give it to me.
He needs
I'll
to be
hoard
buying
it
them
away.
I need to keep this motherfucker in debt, all right? So,
Bro, Skylander cards.
dude, no.
There was Skylander cards. They had a TCG for a little while.
I'm sure they did.
God,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. No, I can't get him, Cobra. I'm just telling you right now,
Yeah.
I don't have the hookup on
Dude, everything-
Skybanger cards.
Everything
okay?
had a TCG. Even Marvel, DC, like they all had like TCGs, and they just didn't take off.
Yeah. So, back
Yeah.
to Pokemon one more time.
Back to the mom.
Yeah. So what they started doing is they put it out a little bit at a time, like a couple this one, then these,
Yeah.
then now you get the 2-packs and you get the mystery boxes, and they still got the
The
Eevee
one with the little pouch
pouches,
coming out.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
then they've got the UPC, the Ultra Premium Collection that comes out in
That's
May.
gonna be good.
So they've spread this
Prismatic.
release out over like 2 months.
Almost a year, yeah.
So, and then, when people were upset they couldn't get it, they're like, oh, we're going to reprint it. So all of a sudden, everybody jumps on the internet. Oh, no, scalpers. It's the end for the scalpers. Pokemon's going to reprint everything. I'm like, that's not what they said. They said, we're going to print more. Not, you will have more in 2 weeks. Just like they did with 151. We are 18 months after release, and we're still getting it, and people that's what people are fighting over in fucking Costco.
Yep.
An 18-month-old set that they just keep putting out. And they're going to do the same with this one because like you were asking about the cards in it.
Yeah.
The cards in this set are the most desirable ones. Now, Pokemon does something different than other companies. How you were just saying, well,
Let me get one of those sets
in one box. In one box, you're guaranteed this. Pokemon does something called a God Pack. So
I've
the God Pack will have all of the major hits in it.
Wow.
You'll get all 10 cards are the hardest 10 cards to get in the set.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you can get them all in. Yeah, you can get them all in one shot.
Well, I seen Cobra when he sold, and like someone won a God Pack.
A little kid,
yeah.
We watched it.
So,
but see, that was only in Japan. Now they brought it over to us.
Yeah,
wow,
it used to be. It used to be in Japan. Here we would occasionally get. We called them God boxes. So if you got a box that had 4 packs and all 4 packs hit in it, they would call it a God box.
Yeah.
But in Japan, they had God packs. And then now it's something we have here. It's a new thing here in the United States. Yes.
Yeah.
So, and I've seen people hit it. I've seen somebody I know hit a God Pack. He didn't sell him at a show.
Did he
went
let
home.
you touch him?
No.
Okay.
So,
even for a quarter,
he went home because nobody bought his box at the show. He went home. He opened it. First pack hit a God Pack.
Wow.
Yeah. So
and a God Pack, bro. That guy. What do you think, Chisel? Altogether, you're sitting on $4,000.
More because the Umbreon alone is $1,500.
It's $4,000. Yeah.
It's over that. Right. Last I saw a master set for Prismatic Evolutions was about $8,000.
But do you think it's that price just because of the time that we're in, and that eventually, like,
no, it's these cards, like Chisel was saying, bro.
Is it that good in gameplay though?
So these cards are not ones that you're going to play in a game as much. These are the collector ones.
Just collector shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not worth anything.
So, well, the last Umbreon that came out was in Evolving Skies.
So when
that's over a $3,000 card.
So look, when something is fake evaluated and underprinted, that is not good for any reason, dude. There's going to be a crash.
Well, not just that.
Crash.
These ones they're scarce. They're not.
I get that.
So it's
I get
not,
that, but it's not used for anything. The problem is,
you could still play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's
another thing
yes,
too,
you can. But here's the thing, like for Magic and everything like that, like certain baseball cards, even like there's a certain use and a way that it goes when you put out too much shit and you're scarciting certain things. That shit will crash hardcore. So it's going to happen.
One thing I think that Pokemon does really good about this is that they put out enough that people get them, but not so many that people won't care. So
right. Let me chime off of this. Let me chime off Chisel. A lot of this Scarlet and Violet set since the beginning has been known to be more player friendly and not collector friendly, right? The sets have a lot of more playable cards. Right?
That was the whole idea behind starting the Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, and now
was to be playable.
This set has come with the collection set, really.
Right.
Like this is the Charizard set. You know what I'm saying?
The problem is though that the Pokemon
you would think Obsidian and then Obsidian Flames. It didn't do what people thought because of those chars. They think, oh, okay, it's gonna do great because of Zards. But this fucking evolution, people really love these fucking evolutions. Bro.
Yep.
Yeah, but
and like
they're Jolteons, they're fucking Umbreons, they're all that shit. And then another thing to chime in, Charlie's right. They're pumping out some great sets this next couple of fucking waves.
I just feel that
right, bro. The Journey Together and the Team Rockets are going to be the same thing, dude.
I'm all on board with Team Rockets. That's my favorite. But I feel that the Pokemon TCG and how it's played, because I played it a bunch online and stuff. I feel it's not as incapturable as a game that you can tweak the game, even with all the rules within the cards, that you can tweak the game, the core game on how it's played. It's nothing compared to how Magic works. Like Magic.
No,
works
it's
on
a totally it's a totally different.
Yeah.
right. So there's
This guy, Magic is your fallback joint, bro.
well, no. Well, have you played Magic? So you don't know. So if you know Cobra, if
Why
you
would
play
I
Magic,
play Magic, bro? I'm not a fag.
okay, so you're just ignorant. That's okay. You're like Michael Jackson. You're ignorant. Yeah. So if you know both, then you can be on my level because I played both intensively. I played both.
What?
Magic and Pokemon. I played all kinds of TCGs. But
okay,
the one that takes the cake is Magic
dude.
because of like the way you can make your own shit. You can make your own deck. You can manipulate the game. Where Pokemon doesn't necessarily have that, and it's mostly on the collector value.
Dude.
I'm not mistaken, dude, because I played them all.
There's decks out there that are not even like using real powerful like Arceus cards and shit, and they win fucking tournaments because
same way with Magic, dude. Same way with Magic, man.
And all that shit.
It's the easy cards that win Magic. It's based upon your deck, yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, but the style of play is different. Mm-hmm. So Pokemon has more rules. And Magic seems to be a little more free. Like you're saying, you can build a lot more with your Magic deck.
Magic has a lot.
You can
different rules.
Yes,
they have base rules, but then like, dude, there's so much stack and shit that goes in. It gets crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Is that you can do more stuff. Yes. With the Pokemon, you're kind of defined by what you have.
Yes.
In your hand.
With the grass and everything else, like the type of Pokemon and your power cards. It's like I played it, dude. And
so it's a different game, though.
Way different. It doesn't compare to Magic in,
it is apples to oranges, but
it is.
They're both fruit.
But they're
so they're similar, but not
And I know I'm jaded more towards Magic.
So with that being said, with them both being fruit, that means my point is right. You're a fag.
No, but I can prove this point further that
you're a fruity fag.
Look, I get the humor, but I'm being a little serious here. Won't you help me out?
You're drunk, asshole. You're not serious.
Look, you're the fag who like just got into Pokemon and Skylanders. You're the fag.
Bro, I've been rocking.
I'm playing a man game with Magic and demons and like.
My dick.
You can't just talk over me. That doesn't work in an argument, dude.
You're drunk. Shut the fuck up.
You are taking barbiturates to try to stop drinking. So you're fucked up.
I don't play either of these games, all right?
Look, I've played them all. I've played them all. Like, I'm all
into
into it.
You've done that, haven't you?
Bro, why do you just keep battling me, dude? Like, I have good points, and just because you are a dude who, like, went to prison and didn't do anything and just sucked a bunch of dick to get out, bro. Like...
All right. Hey.
Whatever. Look, we can all...
You're a Trump fag. Shut up.
Yeah.
Trump fag. I didn't know there's Trump fags. Oh, there is. Yeah.
I need to apologize to the listeners of I've Got a Bad Feeling About This podcast. Cobra Dad is not a regular guest on our show.
I'm trying to explain
the views expressed by Cobra Dad are not necessarily those of I've Got a Bad Feeling About This podcast.
There's a way that TCGs, like, they, have you addicted to getting more cards to build your deck.
Yes.
And the way Magic did it was brilliant. Like, they had certain monsters that you can buy, like, or you get in a pack, and there's certain aura cards or whatever, just like Pokemon a little bit, and then you can add to your monsters and build your army. That was the original idea of Magic, which Pokemon did the same thing. All the TCGs did the same thing. It's just their turn-based, how they do it is different, and it's a science to it. So the key thing is building upon that and how you change the rules. The way Pokemon does it is really weird and odd because they have a set core of rules that they stick to, which makes the game, I think, not fun, where Magic changes it and adds to it. So, and I played all these games. That's what I'm saying, and I'm not saying that Pokemon is an unfun game at all. I do think Yu-Gi-Oh was funner than Pokemon though. I did play Yu-Gi-Oh and that was actually really fun.
Yu-Gi-Oh is
and it was very simple.
Yu-Gi-Oh is a different game. So like with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, with that one, it's not like a popular, thing. It's the cards that are expensive are the cards that play well.
Oh yeah.
Not like,
Well, that makes sense because it's not a
Not like a
collectible game.
Charizard.
yeah, not like, someone wants the alt art, whatever, because it's a different card. With Pokemon,
Dude, Magic's been around since '93.
Actually, before that though.
Magic the Gathering, the first world's game created, Richard Garfield, was released
Richard
by
Garfield.
Wizards of the Coast in '93.
And the first one was Alpha, not by Wizards of the Coast, but yeah, that's bullshit. Wizards of the Coast, but
so
right.
all these people.
oh no, it was
Are out
Wizards
there-
of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast, like he
Good
did.
news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these people been screaming this shit. Oh, this is the end of scalpers. Blah blah blah. They're gonna print more.
Ever.
They're not. They're gonna keep printing it, but people are gonna keep buying it up because people want these cards.
Yeah.
The
The only way scalping dies is when people stop buying from scalpers.
yes, and it won't.
They won't.
But the thing is, really, when people talk about scalpers, there is not only a small percentage of Pokemon goes to places like Target and Walmart.
Dude, it gets bought out real quick if it is.
The percentage that they send to Costco and, like I said, Sam's Club and shit like that is nothing compared to what gets sent to distributors. Like, I've been in the warehouse. I was in the warehouse a week ago, and I saw the new set Journey Together.
How many people did you have to fight to see it?
No one. They opened the door and said, "Hey, look at this shit." The warehouse was completely full. Like 3 pallets high, completely filled with Pokemon.
Yeah, so the line.
Boy, I need a piece.
This is like a fabricated, like, chaos fucking event.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It really
Humble,
is.
yeah.
Like I said, this is the market is being manipulated.
Absolutely.
And everybody keeps screaming, scalper, scalper, scalper. It's not because of scalpers, because, like I said, majority
we're
does
fighting
not,
each other just like politics wants us
does
to.
not.
Well, I mean,
the majority
it
does
has a lot
not
to do
go.
with Whatnot scalpers, bro.
What? That's the whatnot guys. They all have distribution. Is the thing. That's where the majority of it goes to. Is it goes to distribution.
They're shills.
It's not hitting retail. A small percentage hits retail. The biggest one is Amazon, because my guy supplies Amazon.
Amazon is overpriced. Yeah.
And I've seen what goes to Amazon. I've seen a semi-truck pull up and then put over 50 pallets of Pokemon on it and send it to Amazon.
Bro, we need to
That
start
was in one day.
We need to start the new mafia and just stop these trucks. All right?
Yeah.
Sell Pokemon.
That's
Yeah,
it.
rob the
The guy, like, I was there.
The Latanza Pokemon truck. The Latanza
You're like, this is when you
Pokemon.
get the ID, and you're like, you know who we are, but we know who you are.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude, there is a lot of Pokemon out there, and like I said, people
You got to
know,
catch them
are
all,
scared.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
there's,
Yeah.
they
Yes.
think, oh,
Yes,
I'm not going to
do
get
it.
any. There's nothing out there. There's a lot out there. When you see these
And
guys,
I
with-
gotta say this because it is obtainable. That whole Costco thing was on Costco. They didn't facilitate that shit right. They didn't expect people to come in by the bundles and buttloads
Not right
and
away.
beat each other up. Because now they got it in check, because they could have potentially gotten into a lot of trouble if somebody got hurt. Say if there was a grandma who pays her fucking club membership every year.
Fuck that
She
grandma. I
just-
got to get Pokemon.
She's there to get some cat food, and she gets knocked over by a Pokemon scalper. She's gonna be like, look, because they're the ambulance chasers. They're gonna be like, look at this. They didn't fucking facilitate it. Someone got hurt. Anyway, today I was able to walk in. They gave me a ticket. I paid for my 2, took my receipt, got my 2. I was out. I didn't get elbowed. I didn't get yelled at. I didn't get.
Did you
I
stand
didn't
in
fuck-
line? How long did you stand in line?
I walked in and walked
no,
out.
he literally
Wow.
walked in. So when it's
That's
done,
crazy because, like, over here in Vallejo, like I was coming back
They had them
Monday
in
from
Concord
Oregon.
today too.
My buddy like texts me and he's like, "Were you in line at 5 a.m. At Costco?" I'm like, "No," and like I'm driving back from Oregon, and he's like, "Oh, well, I was, and I bought, once they opened at 9:30, he bought, 2 fucking packs, him and his wife, because one per customer." Like Shining Wizards or whatever the fuck
Blooming
it was.
Waters.
Yeah, whatever it was, And he's like, "Oh, some dude was outside wanting to pay $300,
Yeah,
for
dude,
shit
it's
you
crazy. Yeah, and see, like, I had totally forgot. I had to go to fucking Discovery Bay in the morning. I had talked to Chisel previously, and the Costco told me last night, yeah, we're gonna have them in the morning, blah blah blah. So I call Chisel. I go to Discovery Bay. Then I'm like, oh shit, I forgot this is dropping. I call Concord. They're like, yeah, we got them. You better get here soon. I called Chisel. He didn't get there. I go, fuck, we missed it. I'm on my way to from Discovery Bay, and I stop at I called the Antioch one that's on the way home. They had them, and I just walked in and walked out.
Did you buy them to bust them, or did you buy them to sell them?
No, I'm gonna sell them at the show next week.
Okay, so you make something, you make the money back.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna fucking sell them for $100.
No, it's not. You're not a scalper.
Right now, the going price on those is $80. A
Yeah,
box.
I'll
So
probably do
you almost double up. So
yeah, I'll do like $75 just because that's another thing too. At the Chisel show, I'm not trying to fucking rip everybody off. We
No
always
one
just
is.
have a good time.
That's what we go there
You know?
for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Dude. Okay,
I'm more focused on my arcade fucking challenge.
if you want 75 a piece for them, I'll take both boxes and you take it off your tab.
Wait, how much is my tab then?
Unless you want to sell them and put some cash in your pocket. Whatever. Either way.
We'll talk about it off.
Yeah,
Cover,
we'll
help
talk
me
about
out.
it.
Cover, help me out, dude.
All right. So, like, we got these next couple sets coming out that are going to be big sets. And
Which one's going to be the biggest?
so it's not called Team Rocket. That's what it's called in Japanese.
I want the Team
Yeah.
Rocket.
So it's really not called Team Rocket.
No.
The next one coming out is Journey Together.
Together. Yeah.
And the one after that, I don't know what the fuck the name is. They just announced it though. I'm trying to look it up right now because.
But it is the Team Rocket set.
It's Team Rocket in Japanese, but the English name is something totally different. So, yeah, I don't know.
Arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Yeah.
And then with the special chase card, rah 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 rah.
Yes. It's a
run of run.
I want that set.
Oh, it's called Destined Rivals.
Yeah,
That's what it is. Destined Rivals.
Nuts,
dude, those two, Journey Together and Destined Rivals are the next two, and they're going to be big. Destined Rivals is going to be bigger than Journey Together.
Can you?
Oh yeah,
Destined
bigger,
Rivals? Just
bigger.
one.
Yeah,
so I can put it away.
I can get you one of those.
Like I say this a lot, but I really want. I love Team Rocket. Like
So
that's my shit.
like I said, I've had people asking me for that before I got the prismatic stuff. They're like, if you can get that, I'll buy whatever you can get me.
I just want one, and I'm gonna
Dizzle
egg
needs a
hatch
case
it.
of that.
It's like
I see Dizzle needs a case of that. The Mate TVs, brother. Come on now.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm trying to really up my allocations right now. So I got a long list of people that
I'm
want
not trying
stuff,
to take away from yourselves. I just want one.
Yeah.
Just
No,
one.
that's
Man, get the fuck out of here. You
You
buy
get
it
the
off
fuck
of
out of
me.
here. You get the fuck
Fuck
out of
you.
here.
I get a
Fuck
case.
you.
I'll sell
Hey,
you one.
I'm fucking talking here.
yeah.
Like I'm fucking amusing you with Pokemon.
You gotta turn. You gotta. He's like, hey, what is this wallet? You gotta keep your money and fold it.
Nah, it's a Fugazi. I know what a Fugazi
Let me
is.
get a couple of beaners off you.
Beaners.
But that set doesn't come out till July.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of stuff in between. I got the Prismatic Evolution UPCs coming.
Oh.
Those are gonna, dude. I'm gonna eat on those. They're projecting market on release to be about $300 a box.
Wow.
And it is supposed to be MSRP 90.
Yeah,
Okay.
90 to 100.
Yeah.
I know a lot of places are doing $100 on them.
All right.
So,
Yeah, those are gonna pop harder than the Celebration UPCs.
oh yeah, the thing is, those are going to be similar to the Charizard UPCs because even the 151 UPCs, the UPC is worth more sealed than if you broke it apart.
Yeah.
Because the individual promo cards inside, and when you add up the market price of the packs, is about 75% of the value of the sealed box.
And it was
makes
crazy.
no sense.
We were getting fucking 151 UPCs like they were just falling out of the sky.
Remember, I had so many of those. I was hitting people up, dude, you want to buy some of these? Because I had so many of them.
I think I got some off you for like 85, 90 bucks.
Yeah,
bro.
I think I got, like, I was giving you at $90. Those things are almost $300 now.
And now it's like a fucking somebody will beat you up for one.
Yeah,
So-
dude, I had, like I said, I had cases of that shit.
Just to bring it back to Magic again. I'm sorry, Cobra. Look, no, but a new set. And no, this is huge news within the Magic community. It's big.
All right.
So there is a card that people are saying is breaking Magic. And so they're doing a whole Final Fantasy washover set with some new cards in it. So, and they take cards and make them like as the Final Fantasy characters. And they add new rules,
Like
whatever.
Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah, kind of like that. And they've been doing this for a while, and people hate it who are old school Magic players because they're like, dude, this is not about all this fucking. We don't need Chucky. We don't need, fucking all this stupid Lord of the Rings shit. We don't need Fortnite. What is this crap? We're old school Magic players. But this new set, the Final Fantasy set, they're having an actual booster box and everything.
That's kind of fire though. Final Fantasy.
It's cool.
Right.
I really like it a lot. There's a lot of cool looking imagery cards in it. One card is Cactuar. Now in Final Fantasy, especially Final Fantasy VII, one of the ultimate minions or whatever that you can call upon. This Cactuar, this little cactus guy, he does 9 basically 10,000 damage. The most damage you can do in the video game. 999 damage. So when this guy attacks, he does plus 999 damage, and you can counter it in the game. It's easy to do, but people are saying this is gonna break Magic.
I actually heard about this.
Yeah, this is huge news. So
online about
this card is going to be worth something, especially if it's
Oh, there's Chocobo Magic cards.
Oh yeah, yep. There's gonna be Chocobos and there's all kinds of shit all kinds of characters. But so I bought a booster box because on Walmart Collector it was only It was only $130, which is like
not
$200.
Not bad.
Normally,
how many packs
$200.
did you get?
I mean, it's in a booster box. I don't fucking know.
Probably 36.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
It's
kinda
something
standard.
like that. Yeah.
What's that whole open?
But no, it doesn't come till June when it's released.
Oh, so
But
hopefully
I'm hoping to get the Cactuar card. That's why I'm buying the box. I want the
That's
Cactuar.
good, bro. That's good. Good luck,
Yeah.
man. I hope you get it.
So yeah, to break the Magic game, and of course I'm gonna use it to fucking play with it. I'm gonna put it in some of my other decks.
Well, with cards like that, can't you use a proxy?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
People don't like it, but
fuck them.
I don't use proxies.
Yeah.
If we play, I play with my friends, or and we play for fucking real.
Wait, they have a proxy in Magic?
Like a fake card.
That's what it
proxy?
means. Proxy.
I'll allow it if you fucking own it.
Yeah.
If you own the card and you show me you own
Proxy.
it, I know you
So
own
let's
it.
say let's just say you're playing Pokemon and you have
like the Poga Cup version.
But that's just kinda if you have let's say you have an Umbreon and you have and it's a 10.
You
it's
don't want to
graded
ruin
as a
the
10.
value.
You don't want to play that. So you can use
you
fake.
use an epoxy.
You're using a fake one.
Epoxy.
And you don't want to
takes
use
its
just
place.
like some stupid card that you're like, no, this is I drew it on there. This is the card. Nah, you need a picture. I need to see the picture of the
Like
card.
those Anywhere the Addiction Pokemon cards.
Dude, they've actually, if you go on eBay right now and look up custom Prismatic Evolutions cards, there are people that have hand drawn these evolutions and are selling them. They're going for like $20 and $30 a piece.
Bro, I
can imagine.
Just as art. So it looks like, and it comes in a top loader and everything. And some of them are really good, and some of them are really bad, looking like little kids.
Are they painting over another card?
No, it's just like on a piece of paper.
Yeah. Oh, here
And
it
it's like
comes.
somebody
Here it comes,
hand-
Sizzle.
Crap. Wow.
Somebody hand drew it. Like I said,
Here it
sometimes it
comes,
looks like a
Sizzle.
little kid.
Because I
and
know the art
sometimes-
cards. People will paint their own art over the card, and that's
Yeah.
great. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I
Well,
like
here
what-
it comes, Sizzle. I'm a good artist. I probably could draw one of those.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm ready to make some money. Yeah, give me some like lined paper. Fucking, here it is. I'll even sign it Cobra Dad.
Yeah. Man, we're kicking ass on this after show.
Yeah.
You'd like to think so, huh?
See what happens when you come over to the dark side on the I've Got a Bad Feeling About This podcast.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun over here.
Next episode,
Oh, yeah.
all
And-
magic
And this
cards.
podcast is so awesome that it's sponsoring my great Tekken Tag 2 Tournament Challenge and Street Fighter 2 Challenge. I would love anybody to think they can see me in any of those games because I will be sending you home fucking in defeat.
You're going to be sitting there like a sad panda and nobody wants to play.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't expect that comeback. Oh, my God.
I'm going to be like, inappropriate panda.
No, what was it? No, sexual harassment panda.
Yeah, sexual harassment panda.
He's a sad
Hey, kids,
panda.
who wants to play video games with me?
Dude,
No Pokemon for this sad panda.
I call my wife a sad panda all the time. Oh, someone's
Show
a
me
sad
where he
panda.
touched you on this panda.
Well, you can't say like pandas for like sexual abuse because that's a whole like conspiracy thing. Kids with panda eyes and stuff like that has to do with like the whole sexual trade.
The raccoon panda joints.
Yes, like that's a whole huge
I
conspiracy shit. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
here.
All right,
Cobra,
all
I
right,
don't know.
We're,
You
all
can't
right,
see
we're
it.
ending the show on that subject. That's it.
All right, you can't really see, dude. Ah, fucker.
What is it,
Trying to get
pandas?
it. No, right there. It's the Umbreon hand-drawn ones on eBay.
Oh, damn, those aren't that bad though.
Yeah.
So sad, Umbreon.
So there's a bunch of different ones on there, and like I said, they've
Pay me a
gotten kind
dollar
of.
and you can see my sad panda.
Like we all own cards, but you know sometimes Chisel knows a lot more than us, and that's why.
Yes,
Yeah, it's not the whole song. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, if you're a regular listener of I've Got a Bad Feeling About This, and don't listen to Hoodcast, you need to check it out so you can hear the entire song on the Hoodcast.
yes.
Oh, so I have to find that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Fuck it, we'll play it for you now.
Look, Eddie Van Halen did not sanction this, but Eddie Van Halen, before he died, I said, look, before you die, just write one song.
Well,
Not true.
You're wrong, dude.
Never.
He's wrong. Tell me how he does it. Live a life so large. Never once a stumble.
like Charles in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to sell those toys.
Yeah.
They all fell flat. No one heard his jokes, but it never fall back.
Never.
Woo! A guitar solo.
Look at that.
Dude,
That's some straight,
it's crazy how good that is.
It is, bro. That's like a modified guitar solo.
It's
like Eddie Money went on vacation.
Yeah, back surgery is his excuse why he don't make things wrong.
Never wants to stumble. He's always in charge. Sell those toys, but they all fell flat. No one
This song is kind of badass.
jokes, but he'll never fall back.
Dude, that's so fucking rocking.
Yeah. All right.
I'm not gonna spend any more time on that song.
No.